two things which I really wanted to discuss with you were, other than Opstree and Bill Piper, were doing platform engineering and how do you really make decisions about build versus buy. How I mean, what are the pros and cons? How do you really weigh it? And if you are going to kind of uh, show it to someone, or kind of proposing someone, pitching to someone, what will be your I mean thought process behind it?
Yeah, absolutely. See, this is a subject which is very close to my heart. I have also written an article about it on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll send you the link. So,
Oh, awesome, thank you.
so basically, what it is that any company, if they are doing a product, they have to very
Mm-hmm.
carefully think what should be built in house and what
Mm-hmm.
should be leveraged from an expert who is building it very well. Now,
Mm-hmm.
my recommendation in that article which I have written is, let's say if you are building the core of your product,
Mm-hmm.
this which is your differentiator, for example, that
Mm-hmm.
should always be built in house.
Okay.
So let's say you are trying to build a something like book my show or something
Mm-hmm.
like that. So unless and until you have written the algorithm of how the seat selection should happen, etc., etc., you would not be able to differentiate from other players who are maybe leveraging a similar software. You
Mm-hmm.
should some unique idea in your mind which you are trying to
Mm-hmm.
implement, which will differentiate you from others, right?
Mm-hmm.
That sort of should be always built in house, should be done by your own team, and they should be very passionate about it.
Mm-hmm.
Only then you will win the piece, because see, today the unless you are doing very very disruptive thing, the
Mm-hmm.
market is always replacement, right? The better takes over the other solution which already existed, right, to take over from
Mm-hmm.
them, and you will
Exactly.
run the business, right? For example, in our case, Build Piper, people are already solving their problems of CI CD, and in a way is doing platform engineering. But what we have done is we have built a very smooth way of delivering software, and they have started liking our way of doing it, and they have started using this product. So we are in
Mm-hmm.
a way replacing others. So now question is, when I'm building my core, if I'm using the my own team, I can also build the periphery with my own team also, right? So peripheral things which are not the core of my function,
Mm-hmm.
if I start building it myself, it consumes lots and lots of energy, and it either would deviate my focus from the core, or
Mm-hmm.
I would not be able to focus on the periphery, and that will remain my weak link.
Mm-hmm.
My recommendation is always that you build your core and delegate the periphery to people who are doing it as their core.
Mm-hmm.
For example, doing platform engineering is our core functionality, so it is our core. But for most of the companies who are doing product development, platform engineering is their peripheral function, right? It is not their core function. Now, but
Yes, yes.
people who are doing core product development, they should delegate their peripheral function to companies who are doing it as their own core function, so that they can rely on us to do their work very well. And but still, sometimes people may think, why not build, because this is an ongoing cost. This is an
Mm-hmm.
ongoing cost. Let's say if you leverage Build Piper, every month you have to pay. But the fact is, any product should be able to leave money in the bank accounts. If it is not doing that, it's not a product.
Yes, yes.
Are you getting my point? So let's say if you
Exactly.
would build your core, and let's say if you would maintain it, right? It would mean building will mean a huge amount, by the way, and then
Yes, yes.
maintaining it is again a cost. Now, if
Mm-hmm.
the product is able to at least run at less than the maintenance cost only, forget
Mm-hmm.
about the building cost, then it is a valid product, right? So, we prove to our customers that if you build your core and then maintain it, the cost you will spend in maintaining it is more than we would take as our license fee. And
Okay.
generally it makes sense to them that
Mm-hmm.
first is building is a huge effort. It would mean quite a bit, by the way. So
Mm-hmm.
at least at least 1.5 years of 7-8 people team would be needed to build a very suboptimal solution compared to Build Piper, because you would build it just in your context, right? So it would
Exactly.
be
Exactly.
space, etc., and still you would need a very large team to maintain it. Whereas Build Piper is a standard off the shelf COTS product which can be used, and it sort of runs at a cost lesser than the maintenance cost. That
Mm-hmm.
is the that we are not like AWS, by the way. So AWS is very lucky product, which, or any cloud, for example. So they charge you more than you would spend on let's say building, buying a server, by the way. So if let's say
Mm-hmm.
1 year you, but still people use it because it has its own value props. It's an
Yes, yes.
amazing value prop. Our product, we are saying that if you would be spending less than the maintenance cost when you use our product. Sandeep, you want to say something?
I think, sir, I just wanted to add in this, since you said this about cloud and all, because it's about perspective and the way people sell it. Because nowadays people are not selling mattresses; they are selling the sleep. And the way AWS is selling is actually, it is not selling the services; it is selling the comfort or the way, the easiness,
Absolutely,
basically.
absolutely.
So
I
I think
totally
that
understand
that.
the branding and the uh, actually you make it a sort of for example, when you are selling an iPhone, you are not selling an
Mhm.
iPhone because it is very um, it is like if I need it, it is my desire. So
Yes, exactly.
it becomes your aspiration, so you convert your product into an aspirational goal for people. So maybe people, large organizations, for them the moving to cloud is an aspiration. So
Yes, yes,
similarly,
exactly, sir.
because it obviously enables the velocity for developers a lot. So no doubt increases the speed of innovation, but it comes
Mhm.
with its own cost, no doubt. we being a we being a DevOps company would know that very well, by the way. But anyway, Sandeep, you want to add something?
I think I pre-answered the question before Sandeep
Yes,
asked
yes,
this
sir.
question.
Exactly, exactly, sir. But just wanted to check, sir. I mean, after build versus buy and all those discussions, basically, uh, what do you think most people really buy? I mean, I mean, do they have really pulling for buying, or it is just thought process that no, I'm really stubborn and I'm gonna build it. What is that scenario you have seen?
There are different kinds of leaders.
Mm-hmm.
The whole world is, even today, majority of workload is still not on cloud, right? Because there
Yes,
are
yes,
so many
exactly.
different kinds of leaders, different kinds of mindsets, and we come across different lot of different kind of people. There are some people who are sort of who are like our ambassadors sitting in the organization, work through the complete layers of the organization to get the product into the system, because they know what advantage it can bring to the ecosystem. And there are others who would say that I think we are all done, we are running well with our own system, and we do not want to use the product. There are both kinds of leaders. But
Exactly.
uh, I have seen that people who are wanting to achieve more, they are not stuck onto what they are doing today, they want to move forward. For
Okay.
example, there are deputy DevOps leaders who would be happy with doing CI/CD and
Mhm.
maintaining this as its state very well. But there are
Mhm.
others who want to move to AI, who would want to move to data engineering. They don't want to remain where they are. They want to move ahead. They want
Mhm.
to use systems which are very stable, who can ensure that he can be free to do more. So
Mhm.
we have a achieve more campaign, by the way. So Build Piper runs an achieve more campaign. So we are seeing our leaders able to achieve more because of Build Piper. They're able to transform themselves into a data engineer, or much bigger DevOps sets can be solved. Uh, s- Security is always a sort of stepchild for any organization. So it's a very most important but least urgent item until there is a security incident, right? So
Exactly, exactly, sir.
our leaders have, the people who have adopted our product have moved on to doing much more valuable things for their organization, and that has been their vision. So
Mhm.
that is how I feel. I may not be absolutely correct, but this is my understanding of the system.
So continuing to that, I think as Shankar said, it is very, very contextual, right? So let's say
Mhm.
somebody who's just starting, right?
Mhm.
Now, for them, doing that investment for years and having something in place from day zero, that is something very easy, right? Making
Mhm.
that decision. Some
Mhm.
customer who has, let's say, invested a lot and
Mhm.
created, let's say, as Shankar said, that a decent setup, which is ensuring that DevOps practice is running fine. For them, it is a big change because they have already done a lot of investment. Not doing a new
Mhm.
investment, that's a challenge. But as Shankar said that, let's say, whether they want to innovate further, are
Mhm.
they innovating right now or not, that is another factor on the basis of people decide, right? So that context becomes very, very important. In which state of journey you are in, are you already matured, Are you do you have that focus of keep on maturing, or you want to mature but then you want some partner like us who can help them in that maturity journey, or you're just starting and then you obviously don't want to spend, you want to completely focus on your core work, but then you want somebody to take that pain away, right? So these all various contexts comes into the picture, basis of which people decide whether they should build or they should buy, right?
Thank you,